The Curlewis Golf Club has secured its water future.
This is the Alcoa Point Henry complex, just out of Geelong.
I'm here at Barnard College where the girls are getting right into the Closing the Gap program.
Welcome back to News Geelong on this Wednesday evening. Central Geelong cafes that do not have the footpath service or space for outdoor dining are being given a new option. It's called Colourful Parking Pods, an initiative about creating a cafe culture in the city. Meryl Friend has more.
Here in Central Geelong in James Street, where there is a brand new, first for Geelong, parklet pods. They're alfresco dining that can just take up one car space on small streets so that they're able to have alfresco parking.
So the idea with the parklet pod was to create a removable seating and dining facility for Central Geelong that could activate new businesses and current businesses in a manner that didn't require a huge capital outlay and give us something in the street, adding to the laneway strategy for Central Geelong.
So we're here in James Street, which is a very narrow street and has very, very narrow footpaths and would make it impossible to do any alfresco dining.
Yeah, that's right. So the intention of the design was to create a module that could fit in a single car park space and provide an opportunity for up to 15 patrons in a space, as you said, that wouldn't have that normally given the width of James Street.
Well, it could certainly really revitalise this sort of area, but it is taking up a car space.
Well, that's right. It is taking up a car space, but I think you'll see the value in that with shared use. This is a shared use zone as well, and the benefits of having more pedestrians stopping and staying in Central Geelong will also activate the other shop fronts and other parts of the city. So I think there's a huge value in allowing pedestrians to have a level of ownership beyond the car.
And 15 patrons, that's quite a good retail proposition as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that certainly adds a good number to the existing business. So, yeah.
So where did the idea come from?
Oh, the idea of the parklet originated from San Francisco, where they were looking to do a similar detail, something that wasn't overly detailed and not with huge capital outlay. It's somewhere that you could bring a temporary solution, move that to activate other parts of the city. So it's a very similar model to that. We didn't want to overly invest in James Street and yet bring something immediate as well, and something that does have a street culture about it as well, and certainly reflective of the way Geelong and the smart city is going.
So they're being trialled. This is a one and only at the moment?
This is the first pilot, yeah, and there will be some subsequent ones coming, and some other details of a similar nature where we can activate the streets. The intention is to get a really strong north-south permeability through the city and mid-block permeability and more people on the street. So
this is a really delightful spot to be at the moment.
Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. It's great to see it on the ground as well. So
what sort of time frame and cost was involved in getting this up and going?
The time frame for design was around 4 to 6 weeks, working closely with our fabricator, Pico Constructions, and prior to that we were working very closely with council as part of the Central Geelong Action Plan, which has been years in the making off the back of Vision 2, so quite a strong planning background, and now we're starting to see shovel-ready designs with quick turnarounds, which has been really important. So
what would be involved in picking this up and moving it elsewhere?
So it's designed around a skip bin module, so essentially any skip bin or hook bin truck that you see picking up all of your different skip bins in the city can come and pick this up, which is a fantastic design outcome, but B, really important in space restricted areas where we need to be able to get in and pick that up without disrupting any of the other elements.
And the idea of dining in a skip bin kind of has some sort of connotation to it, but it doesn't feel like you're dining in a skip bin.
No, and I think that where those two worlds collide is kind of interesting and gritty and part of something that's perfect for a laneway strategy. James Street certainly is not a laneway, but is central to the central core and laneways around Central Geelong. So yeah, I love that balance between the two worlds.
Well, fantastic initiative, and we hope to see more of these wonderful pods all around Geelong.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. We're joined with the Mayor of the City of Greater Geelong, Darren Lyons. Now, we're sitting in a skip bin, Darren.
We are sitting in a bin and it's giddy up, and I love the colour. This lovely, I'm not sure whether it's red or orange, but I'm pretty colourblind, but I think it's that brown and orange feel with all this beautiful cedar timber here. what an incredible invention. And I take my hat off to, I think, Spire Consulting, Geelong firm have been involved, along with the City of Greater Geelong Innovation Unit, I'm calling them. This is a 21st century smart city. I've got to tell you, I think Geelong is about to take over the world in smart 21st century bin technology. What bin in the world would you have right here at the wonderful, well, it's one of the most famous bakeries in Geelong, the James Street Bakery here, where all the food is fantastic, and now you can sit outside and enjoy the magnificent Geelong sunshine in a bin. It's giddy up time. It doesn't get much better.
It's absolutely glorious out here, isn't it? And I believe there are more going to be spread over the city as well.
There are, and of course they take up one parking bay, and it's a great use of this space. I mean, it's an incredible initiative. Down at the Coffee Cartel, just down the road, is going to be the next one that will be rolled out very shortly, and I think another one's going up the road here in James Street. So this is going to be a part of our whole cafe culture, the rejuvenation of Central Geelong. Of course, Council within budget this year is putting over 7 million. We got 3.5 million from the Premier in the last couple of weeks to pour into Central Geelong, and of course we've got Light and Decorate Geelong, which will start rolling out in November. So it's a really exciting time leading up over the Spring Carnival. As you can see, don't forget to book your tickets for the Geelong Cup, and on the way back, pop out here and have a cup of coffee. Oh, look, I just think this is incredible innovation, and the thing that I've been singing Geelong's praises for so long, and that's what it's all about, turning a bin into an incredible dining area. And you know what? This is what we are made of here in Geelong. It is just brilliance. And this mayor is incredibly proud of all the companies, not only with design, build, and the enhancement of companies and SMEs like the James Street Bakery being the first to really embrace this great culture. I mean, Robert Doyle is in, I was going to say a horrible swear word, but I won't on air. He is in doggy do, I've got to tell you. We are absolutely leading the pack here in Geelong. Melbourne are in a heck of a lot of trouble with this mayor. Giddy up.
Well, normally this is just footpaths, concrete and cars, and to have a whole group of people out dining, it's going to bring this little street to life, isn't it?
Well, and it has to, and the whole of CBD's got to be brought to life. I mean, this has been, you know, I campaigned on that vision, passion, change, and we have to. We've got to become a 21st century smart tourism city. We need to attract more people into the CBD from out of the whole G21 region. And my ambition, not only with this term and hopefully the next term and many terms on as mayor of this great city, the fact of the matter is I need to build and want to build a city in a park. So this is part of it. This is part of the urban furniture that you'll see around the place. But there's got to be a lot more bitumen dug up in this city, and in fact the meetings last week up in Melbourne, not only with the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, who's lending us some of his incredible experts, I mean well-renowned urban designer Rob Adams. We've just taken on a chief executive with regard to the Central Geelong Task Force. So it's incredible times for Geelong, and over the next 18 months people are going to see an extraordinary change in this city, and it is absolutely long overdue. This should have been done 25 years ago, and I'm very proud to be putting my back into it and leading the charge. And of course, it can't happen without great people around you, and that's another thing. There are many people involved in this throughout the city that very rarely get the credit from the public, and you know, the departments here have really stood up and delivered a fantastic result. It's strange not to see the local newspaper here today reporting on this, but you know what? This is great news, so we'll just do it over social media and more people will see it anyway. So there you go. But no, fantastic. And as I said, another mention, the James Street Bakery being the first as one of our great SMEs, and as I said, the best food in Geelong. So giddy up, I'll be able to eat it outside now.
Thanks for your time today.
Thanks very much.
Outside the James Street Bakery, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. A wonderful podcast. We'll go to a break on News Geelong and return with the world of sport and weather after this.